Hi and welcome back. Thanks for watching. So in the last couple of videos, we've been doing examples in 3/4, and now I think is a good time to move on to a new time signature, and we're going to do a time signature that you will definitely see. It's not common time. It's not 4/4 is known as common time because it's used. It's the most widely used time signature, I guess. But in this video, we're going to use another one that you will commonly see, which is 2/4 time. So now, what does this mean? What does 2/4 time? What is the? I guess the what is this telling you about what you will see in a measure? Well, we've still got our 4 in the bottom number, which you will probably hopefully remember that 4 in the bottom number uh, just means that a quarter note is still going to get the beat. So our our metronome marking that we're going to put at the top of this, and I'll just fill this in right now. Let's just say it's a quarter note is equal to, let's make this a bit faster. Let's say a quarter note is equal to 70. So we'll put that in to start out with. And because this is in 2/4, we're actually going to let's make this example just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer than we would normally see examples. And we'll actually have this take up a second line. And if you're confused about this, you read music just the same way you would read words in a book. You read from left to right, so we would read it from left to right. That's weird. There we go. Left to right, and then we would come down to our second line, and then read the second line from left to right, like that. So anyway, you would read music just the same way that you read a book. You don't read it backwards, or you don't read up the page or something like that. You read. You would start in the top left-hand corner and just read down the page. So if you were curious about that, or if you just needed to know that, if you were confused, then that's what it is. All music reads that way. Reads just like the English language. So anyway, let's start making our example. Let's start out with. And I'll actually do this example. We've been doing all of our examples with stems going up. I'm actually going to make all the stems go down in this example, just to show you that I can do that. So let's have stem go down like that. Then that's a measure. And then we'll make 2 quarter notes. That's a measure. Another half note. And then how about we make 4 quarter notes, like that. And actually, this will be a good spot to go down to our second line. So we will do, why don't we just start reversing some of these? So we just do, as you can see, when we're in 2/4 time and the only tools we have are half notes and quarter notes, there are really only 2 possibilities for what we can write. We can really only write a measure that's a half note, or a measure that's 2 quarter notes. If all we know how to do is write half notes and quarter notes, that's all we can do, I guess. So anyway, let's move down to the second measure, or the second line. Second line of this piece, and we'll just write 2 quarter notes like that. Let's write another 2 quarter notes. Like that. There's a measure, and then we'll write 2 half notes. Half note, and half note. And that's the end of our piece. Okay, great. So one other thing, we're going to kind of throw in a bit of a twist into this piece, and I want to show this to you. A couple reasons. We had gone over the repeat notation. We had talked about what it means when you see these brackets. If you have, a bar of music, and just draw this example down here. What it means if you see this notation, and let's say we're still in 2/4, just as an aside example. Well, it would mean that we would play through this down here. We would just play through it twice and then move on. That's what this notation means. And one other thing that I want to mention that I probably should have mentioned in the last video but forgot to, is that most notation programs will draw the repeat signs like this. They'll have these brackets around it. And actually, let me pull up an example. Transcriptions, lead sheets. What would have something? I'm sure the Terrell stuff. No, I wouldn't. I don't know. Let me. Funkifino. Oh, signs would definitely have that. Let me pull this up, and we'll just look at the Barry part. There we go. That's a perfect example. And there's a lot of other stuff going on in this piece. I've got articulation marks in. We've got a sharp sign there. We've got 5 ledger lines, and so lots of other stuff going on. But all I want to show you is just this professional repeat sign. This is the beginning of a repeat sign, and then let me go and find the end. There, that's the end of a repeat, right there. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. That is what a repeat sign looks like when it's professionally engraved. One other thing that you might see, though, that I just want to point out, is that you might see repeat signs without these brackets at the top. So you might see repeat signs that look like this, that just have those 2 dots. It's just a bar line, but with these 2 dots on the bar, before the bar line and after the bar line out here. And this means the same exact thing. It just means that you would play through it and then repeat back. And we're actually going to put one of these repeat signs in the middle of this example, so that we're going to kind of show, I'm going to try to show you what you would do if you saw a repeat sign in the middle of a piece of music as opposed to at the end that just told you to repeat the whole thing. So, get rid of that. So, let's put this in. We've got, this will be our end of the repeat right there. And I'm just going to put these in with brackets. But you should know that you can put these in, without brackets. You can draw them like this, and it still means the same thing. But I want to draw it like this just to make it very obvious. And we're actually going to have this repeat take us all the way back up here. So it's going to take us back to the 3rd measure of the piece. So it's going to take us back up to the 1st line. And there we go. So this means, and you can think about, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to let you think about what this means. And in the next video, we'll do our regular analysis, and we'll sing through it a couple of times. And hopefully that'll give you a little bit of an intuition as to how these concepts work, or how the concept of a repeat sign works. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.